Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Control. This is episode 7. So, it's been quite some time since I recorded episode 6, about a month and a half to 2 months, because I recorded the first 6 episodes within like a week of the game coming out, and then they basically just sat in my recording folder without me editing them for a long time. Which, you know, and part of it's because nobody's watching Control, because, you know, big surprise, a AAA game that I'm interested in, nobody else wants to watch when they can see other YouTubers do it. And sooner. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing it or stop recording it. So, it's going to take me a little bit to get back up to speed here. Oh, I was like, where's that, like, shotgun scatter coming from? Alright, so we've got our 2 service weapon abilities right now equipped. The pistol and the pierce, I believe it's called. Our sniper ability. What other abilities do we have? We've got the dash, which I think we upgraded to like an air dash. I don't think we could do that before. We got the shield, which I haven't really used too much yet. And of course we've got our handy lift ability. So last time we did the puzzle in the laboratory where they were making the Hedron resonance amplifiers. We solved the puzzle to make more, however, it broke the prism. That we were supposed to turn into more HRAs. So now we are here in maintenance, trying to get to the Black Rock Quarry to get more prisms, so that we can, I guess, try again. Alright, what is this room? Okay, so we're trying to get into that redacted area. We got these turbines here, and we got some batteries. Guess we want to put those in? I mean, yeah, there's a battery there, and I assume there's probably a third slot. But that's not actually where we need to go. Black Rock Processing is over here. Right? Let me actually make sure this is the right way. Yeah. Atlas Chamber as well, whatever that is. Also, we have to remember to do that other side mission that I picked up. The X-ray box. But that'll require going back to research and trying to figure out how to get to it. They've said that since the last time I played this, you know, one of the patches they put out was to make the map more readable, and at first glance this doesn't seem more readable, but I think the idea is that the kind of darker areas are like above the gray areas, so that's how you can kind of tell those apart when they were just all the same color before. Alright, so this does not seem to be extending, and I don't think I can dash my way across this. So maybe we need to fix the turbines so that the bridge works? Is that what's going on here? I know there's a levitate ability in the game, but I'm pretty sure we don't have that yet, because it's also just mapped to space, and I feel like I would remember being able to levitate. That seems like a later game, you know, traversal ability. Alright, so got a lot of batteries in here. And also these turbines that look like they will shred me if I touch them. Let's just toss that battery over there. Can I... like, is there a way to get across this without dying? Well, I feel like that was not the intended method to cross that. But I made it. I just, like, I feel like I can't jump to dash over those. Alright, do we have more slots up here that need to be filled? Oh, you know what? New Bureau alert. That's just the limited time combat things. I guess we'll turn it on. 19 minutes to protect those people, but I'm busy, so, you know, they can just hold out for a bit. Maybe if I find a control point, we can warp over there. Where were we? Threshold. Yeah, so Okay, so yeah, I can yank the battery and make these traversable, so that's what I was supposed to do. We do need another battery, so let's see if I can borrow this one. Oh. Well, shit. Toss that one over there, and then we can go to the bottom and bring those two up. Well, actually, I can just probably... I don't remember if there's a way to drop stuff without just tossing it. It seems like as soon as you let go of... Oh. I didn't even realize you could break those off. Seems like as soon as you let go of it, she just, you know, yeets it with full force. Alright. So, there's a door there. Maybe that's all I actually want to do, and the turbines are just not my problem. Let Ati take care of those. Okay, so this looks like the area where we saw the clog. Notice. Oceanview Motel and Casino entry point. Okay, so there's another light switch. What's over here? Because we can probably use that to get across the gap. Whoa, that's a pit. Well, it's not like you're supposed to walk through ventilation shafts. Also, it's, looks like there's still some health sitting around here. I wish there was a little bit of regeneration in this game. Like, I get, you know, don't have regeneration in combat to force you to pick up the orbs, but when you're just running around like this and there's no way to get health back until you kill something, that seems a little janky. Alright, let's pull the light switch. Pull the light switch. And pull the light switch. Alright, so is it going to be the same dealie? We just need a key to the boardroom.
I don't know, the lights are on. They should be open. We're looking to get a room for the night. Hello? I don't think anyone's there, honey. Come on. We'll go to that motel we passed a while back.
Well, that kind of implies that the Oceanview actually does have a physical location in our world, even though you can't see outside. Yep, rule of threes. So I have a feeling we'll be seeing this place a fair number of times. Though the question is, will it change at all? Well, room 222. Doesn't seem like there's anything in here. 223, 24. Okay, maybe 222 was the one we went to the first time we were here. I got a bunch of stuff. Okay. We got some variables here. Now, am I supposed to know what this looks like? Do I just copy this room? Radio on the right. Picture straighten. Chair out. Or, I guess, chair in. And plant. Plant on the left. Okay, so that opened 226. Gave us our key, I guess. So it seems like perhaps this will also get more complicated each time we get dropped here. Alright. Just just a picture of me standing on the ledge. Okay. So, doing that has released the bridge. Now, can I drop down here without taking damage? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, well, the bridge is extended, so... Oops. That's too far back. Oh, there's the health. Go. Suck that up a little bit. Alright, so... hopefully we can now pass through the threshold and see the strange alien world that the Black Rock comes from. Though I wonder if we'll also get to reach the Atlas chamber, which I'm guessing is the thing on the farther lower right.
Okay, we need to find a way to Black Rock processing. That's where Marshall said we'd find a prism.
I mean, isn't that kind of expecting that the prism will be already made? Because I assume that needs to be, you know, processed from Black Rock.
Reminder. If the contents of your workspace have been rearranged, removed, added to, or altered in any other way, you should immediately leave the area while speaking to yourself in a reassuring tone. This will not only keep you calm, but also the room. Thank you for your attention.
See, I think those are some of the best parts of this game, and that's kind of what I've heard from other people as well. Just the general world building of the FBC. Can't I just push down to unlock? Also feel like I'm not supposed to be able to get through that window. Well, we don't have level 5 clearance yet. We're only at level 4. Atlas theory. Oh, of course, it still doesn't actually open up the one I want. Structural analysis, the Atlas. Summary. The Atlas is a physical expression created by the oldest house. Its purpose and function are currently unknown. The specific shape and dimensions of the Atlas, see file ATL-03 for said dimensions, seem to indicate a more explicit purpose than the oldest house's usual walls, floors, or shifts. The Atlas changes form, but resists observation when doing so. No visual observation has been made during its change, and only ever occurs between frames when monitored by surveillance cameras. A previous theory was that this change corresponds to the house shifts, and that the Atlas is a redacted of the redacted itself. However, the shape changes do not occur at the same time as the building shifts, which makes this theory doubtful. Structurally, the Atlas is made of the same redacted material as the rest of the oldest house. Further observation will hopefully aid in discovering its purpose. So really, that didn't tell us anything more about it than we already knew. Okay, that's Astral Spike. I feel like we haven't heard this one.
An early hypothesis was that the mindscape of the astral plane is subjective. But that was fast proven wrong. It's an actual place, not a construct of the mind, even though it is with our minds that we enter and experience it. But then, one could argue that...
I honestly don't remember if we've heard this one.
We've been able to record footage of the astral plane by monitoring the brain activity of those experiencing it.
I think we have.
That is the only concrete material that has come out of the astral plane expeditions. Apart from one shocking exception. In the astral plane footage, we're always in the vicinity of the pyramid. We've concluded that this, not the entire plane, is what the board controls. We have glimpsed movement. Native species, always in the distance, and yet contact was made.
One person exploded.
It's a technical malfunction, but when one of our astronauts returned, a brain cloud, an astral fugue, had hitchhiked a ride in his head. It ruptured out, killing the subject in question. It's a relentless predator, pursuing thoughts, minds, lethal to those the entity feeds on. proper containment protocols are to be observed when dealing with it.
Yep, and we enacted those proper containment protocols to put it back into containment. Just doing our job as director. Alright, so this is where we need to go. So how do we get there? What? Gunshots in the distance. Well, I thought that would be coming from the reactor, but apparently not. Apparently we've got some of our security guys here too. Oh boy. Not really sure what's going on here, if this is an alert. I think I might have just killed one of our guys. And I'm getting hit with rockets. This place is bad. Alright, some more health around here. Okay, this is the guy we need to take care of. Oh, I got him. This is absolute chaos. Oh, there's a control point here. Okay, we can't cleanse it yet. This man seems to think there's someone upstairs, so let's go check. Alright. Not really sure what the context of that fight was. Why there's guys here. But maybe they're trying to secure the Atlas chamber.
During an AWE investigation, our agents discovered a light switch cord in a Butte bungalow closet. They pulled the cord and were instantly transported to the Oceanview Motel and Casino. Dream like haze. Inside, they found a door marked with an inverted black pyramid. And just like that, it led back to the oldest house, some 2,000 miles from Montana. Now we're finding the cord in increasing numbers throughout the Bureau. Somehow the two places, they became in tune to each other.
And we've just been taking advantage of that.
The actual physical location of the Oceanview is a mystery. Stepping beyond its walls has so far proven impossible. A place of power, like the oldest house.
Have they tried putting explosives on the door to the outside? That seems like something the SCP Foundation would do. I guess these are all just grainy snapshots of the astral plane, corded through people's brain. Alright, so I think we can purge this control point. Mission updated. Speak with Arish. Where? Is he up there? I mean, that would explain why the security are here. Okay, so I have 9 points. I haven't really been spending skill points in a while. 20% energy, melee damage, launch damage, shield strength. Looks like we have 2 separate tiers for abilities we don't have yet. You know, let's put a little bit of points into melee, because I'm actually finding it fairly useful now that I've started using it and know it exists. More energy would also be good. I'm not sure if that's energy for our para-utilitarian abilities or that's energy for our gun. I think it's for our abilities, because the gun is its own upgrade tree. Okay, so health is almost maxed out. I do have enough to upgrade grip, so I should probably do that, because, you know, grip has been pretty handy. We're not going to bother making mods. We could upgrade our mod ability, but we need more house memory. Alright, and countermeasures. Weapon maneuvers, collect reward. Grip maneuvers, collect reward. These are all just kind of shitty. Oh, this one gives us rare. Mold hosts. Kill mold hosts. Well, we haven't seen any mold hosts yet, but I guess we'll find out what those are. Hiss charged. Oh, there we go. Alright. So I'm not really sure how we ended up in this room. I kind of, like, wasn't paying attention because I was focused on the gunshots and everything going on in the distance. I dropped down from somewhere. Arish, where are you? Said he's up here somewhere. I thought he was in there. Let's just back it up here for a moment. Okay, so this is the door I couldn't open. Right? Or not? I don't know where this is. I'm, like, a little turned around in my head right now. Okay, so this leads to the room that I just came from. Okay. So now we're good. This is... Okay. I don't know why I was so turned around by that. Okay, I got the bathrooms. Sometimes there's goodies in here. Sometimes there's corpses in here. And then I went up here. This is what I want to check. So what's across this gap? And it's just crafting materials. And an ammo refund mod. Might be handy. I think that'll probably just give us some weapon ammo back if we kill stuff. Alright. So where are Arish? What's going on here? Why is there just like a wall of weapons? Maybe I can get up on this side. The other side was blocked entirely. Yeah, here we go. Anybody in the shelter? Nope, just more crafting materials. Shatter recoil efficiency.
Glad to see you're still you.
I guess he decided that this area needed securing.
So hot. You're fine. We'll push through this. The hiss are the ones doing the pushing, Doc.
What is that on his shoulder? Oh, it's just a weird reflection on the texture.
Ranger Squad Charlie 7 returned from an expedition into the Quarry Threshold just after 0500 Zulu. Can you please state your names and describe the purpose of your expedition?
Kevin Horowitz.
Rupert Wells.
Our mission was to map quarry grid coordinates
They've each
G29.
taken a few hits.
Secondary
We need to get them
objective,
to a surgical
as always,
station ASAP,
was to
but
find
I
a
don't think they're
route
stable
from
enough
the
to move.
threshold entrance and maintenance to formation.
We are moving
Secondary
out.
objective was not a success.
What a surprise. And did you encounter any previously unrecorded event or entity while inside the threshold?
No, nothing. Do you think we should tell him about the mermaid?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the mermaid. Horowitz here found this mermaid in the quarry, just sitting on some black rock. She was singing this beautiful song, and he was overcome with desire.
Nah, we're just fucking with you.
She was so alluring.
I'd say she was more enchanting than alluring.
Fine, enchanting.
Did you tell your CO about this?
No. Because it didn't happen.
Nothing happened. As usual, the quarry is full of rocks. That's it. Can we go now?
Fuck you guys. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Hey, remember the deal. You kill a hiss, I buy a shot. Bottom shelf only.
Let's see if we can get a shot with Arish here using the new photo mode that also they added at some point since last time. Get real awkward and tight here because the camera can't fit. Let's see if I can... Oh man, what a horrible shot. It especially does not favor Arish because he looks a little bit like he's got the Innsmouth look going on. Look, they don't have facial expressions when you're not talking to them.
Hey, thanks for bringing down that... whatever the fuck that was. But we are barely holding on here, boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but
I mean, we haven't exactly looked around.
Familiar with death. The hiss are everywhere. Most of the Bureau is lost. We need Black Rock Prism to make more HRAs for any survivors in the safe rooms. I'm here to check Darling's Black Rock lab.
So to recap, death, disaster, and imminent destruction. Another day at the FBC.
Situation normal.
Darling's lab is just past Black Rock processing. But I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the hall. Bad news is, a hiss monster has decided to move in, so that's great.
Monster.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway.
Hiss monster I can deal
But
with.
we are just treading water here, and the hiss keep coming. Salvador would know what to do, but apparently he took a security team into the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and well, no one's seen him since.
Well, we can go down there now. We have access to containment.
Our fearless leader.
They shouldn't rely on me. They don't know me.
I mean, it's true, they
know
don't.
How I failed people.
We've been here for like a day.
You've done a good job here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base in Executive. You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster. I'm getting kind of used to them.
Aye, aye, Faden. And be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
Just one, because we're probably going to need about 50 to 60, going by the bosses and the health they have. Remember, his life is in your hands. Alright, let's deal with this monster. Maybe it'll be a new type of hiss. Dead Rangers. That does corroborate his story.
Arish wasn't kidding about that monster.
Hold on now, Jesse. We haven't actually seen it. Could be something unrelated that killed these folk. Okay, we don't have access there. This looks like a boss fighty room.
You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism?
No answer from Polaris. Alright, so this, I guess, is just the Black Rock. Which, this also looks like the stuff that the fire breaks are made out of. Oops. That was a waste. Swan boat procedures. Swan boat. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. Description, altered effect. Item is made of fiberglass, painted to resemble a swan. Foot pedals allow the item to propel forward in water. The item emits a pulse of physical force at an estimated force of redacted. Possible connection to OOP5. Measuring the exact force created by the item has been hindered by concerns for the Human Resources Department. Background. The item was seized from an activity rental service called Redacted, located on Lake Redacted on Vancouver Island, Canada, after it ejected numerous riders over the course of a summer, bringing the boat to the attention of the media. The item was transported to the Bureau by helicopter. A containment specialist accompanied it, sent to recite formulas C9 through 32 recursively. What occurred in the helicopter is not known, but all agents were lost in the crash. The item was recovered and then transported by train. It arrived at the Bureau without further incident. Alright, so I guess we'll be able to bind this, but it sounds like it just has a stronger version of lift. Or it's the boss. I guess that's also a possibility that we're going to fight possessed swan boat. Can you really call these ingots if they're just like stone? Because they're like stone cut into ingot-like shapes. Well, this seems like a box of prisms. Or a box of evil.
Shit! They're shattered. Not a single prism left. What the fuck?
Ah, this must be our monster. Looking like fucking Mothman. That did a lot of damage. I guess I didn't exactly have full health, though. So, I guess it's cloaked and then it's gonna pop up next to me again. I'm wondering if I can shield its scream. Yeah, it's like a dress lady. I mean, at least this enemy is a bit more interesting than just possessed humans with guns. Wow, that destroyed it.
Find Darling's lab.
I don't know if it's because I used Black Rock, and it is some kind of, like, you know, psychic canceller material. There's a type of steel in the SCP Foundation that is also, like, psychic canceling material that they use. I can't remember if it's called Titanium, you know, as their, like, shorthand for it, but it is just an SCP. I think it's SCP-500? Or is 500 just the pill?
Where under the right conditions, when frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call
Okay, I think we've already heard that Darling presentation on Thresholds. Utilization of paranatural elements, Black Rock. Summary. Black Rock has allowed the Bureau to make great strides in containment procedures since it was first discovered. This report will examine how its very structure is comprised of redacted density that nullifies all resonances within range of redacted to redacted hertz. Bureau innovations that incorporate Black Rock will be analyzed, most notably the fire breaks. Feats of engineering designed to contain any future outbreaks, attacks, or other internal threats. So, pretty much what I thought. The goal of this report is to encourage Bureau staff to explore further innovations using Black Rock, as work in that field is markedly slowed in recent years.
these areas thresholds.
Have you tried making bullets out of it?
It's one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where Black Rock comes from.
You heard that too, right?
Dimensional matter.
Black Rock comes from a
Unique
threshold.
property of blocking out a
quarry.
lot of frequencies. A
So,
good thing.
the prisms must be there too.
Contained. Think of it as paranatural lead.
Okay, we haven't heard this
Our
one because
research involves many dangerous things we absolutely
This should get us into the quarry.
I haven't heard anything
That's
about
what the
the
Black Rock line fire breaks are about.
lead. So we're going to listen to that one separately. So that should be in here. Multimedia, Black Rock.
There are areas in the oldest house where, under the right conditions, when the frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where Black Rock comes from. Extra-dimensional matter. It has the unique property of blocking out a lot of frequencies. A good thing. It keeps things stable.
I wonder if that's why they also tell you not to use any modern wireless devices in here, because they wouldn't work anyway.
Involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the Black Rock line fire breaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need the code for the quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily. The codes. Black Rock 665. Neighbor of the Beast. Get it?
Good thing you got that on film.
We can do that again if you...
Well, there's Emily showing up in a video at least, even though she probably does not have a live-action, character to represent her. Hiss distorted. Well, that's a definitely interesting-looking image. Hiss distorted agents are able to render themselves invisible and emit a powerful concussive blast when in close range of their target. Curiously, the Hiss distorted is apparently not able to utilize both abilities at once. It must make itself visible when it goes on the offensive. The Hiss distorted is unique in the fact that it wields a paranatural ability previously unknown to the Bureau, perhaps tapping into a yet undiscovered object of power? How does this invisibility work? Does the distorted become resonance temporarily? Does it use Hiss resonance to reflect light? The physical deformation of this particular Hiss is noteworthy in its thoroughness. Clearly the human host would have died from such extreme alteration, which prompts the question, are the corrupted simply animated corpses? I mean, that does seem like a pretty likely possibility.
Everything here is crazy. Weird, but it feels right. Like how the world should be.
I really like it here.
Building leading to different dimensions, and I never want to leave. Even with all the horror, I'm happy.
I mean, that seems like
sane.
That makes her a good fit for director. She's like, man, I really like all this weird shit. The world's much more interesting this way. I really didn't need that charge shot at that point. Okay, so this says NFC energy converters. Is this the same room we were already in? We had to fix those. Oh, hello. And that's why they call it Pierce. Punched straight through both of them. And still hit the wall. Yeah, I think we're just on a catwalk above that room. Okay, the quarry is that way. So what's over here? Probably nothing. No, there's a little side room. So this might just be a shortcut, right? I'm not sure if we've been to this. Okay, yeah, this one we have opened before. This is the one we were using in this area. So this shortcut is open now. Are you kidding me? Wait. Why was it locked and then unlocked again? What's going on there? Was that just a loading door? You know, like Metroid Prime ass. Sorry, can't open the door yet. You're just gonna have to wait for a second. I was like, if that's just a one-way door, that's really annoying, because it means I would have had to teleport back to the one where Arish is and then run back. Alright, Polaris is telling us to go this way, so we must be almost here. There's another control point. Huh. So, that's the reactor there. Or the power plant. The area we want to go is actually on the complete other side. I guess Black Rock Processing is not next to Black Rock Quarry. Also, you notice there's a question mark room on the bottom right. And it looks like there's another fire break down there as well. We should probably check in with Ati at some point. He might have another side mission for us on his little board of tasks. I can't see his health, but I can still hit him. I guess I can kind of use this offensively to just run towards them. It does feel like I'm doing more damage now that I upgraded. There you go. Just spam enough things and you'll fall out of the air. Alright, so I guess we can't get in here yet. I still think we're going to see what's inside this power plant at some point. And find out who Ati was talking about. What is this one? NSC. Dynamic Energy Extraction and Conversion Sarcophagus Container, NSC. The NSC was designed by the order of Deputy Chief Trench shortly before he became director. The container provides a safe method of extraction of Redacted's excess energy output while acting as a humane way to house him. So yeah, straight up saying there is someone inside this thing. The coolant pumps keep the container and its Redacted from overheating while the energy is siphoned. The energy is then conducted to the converters, where it is rendered into a Redacted through the use of turbine generators. The electricity produced powers the entire Bureau, making us completely self-sufficient and effectively invisible on the New York City grid. After NSC-01's disappearance by some unknown manifestation of Redacted's power, the occupant was restrained and a second model was built. NSC-02 possesses built-in spatial anchors that are designed to prevent any translocative effects from its occupant. Sorry, I accidentally teleported your entire power plant. Alright. So, nothing we can do with that right now. So, let's head into the quarry, hopefully. For real this time. Again, I'm gonna have to do a sweep through, like, executive now that I have all this clearance. Because I haven't gone back there to check any doors for a while. Alright, so this will head down. As usual, nothing in here. I mean, we kind of fucked up if we actually found one of these that had someone in it. And, you know, the second we opened it, they got hissified because they were no longer protected. Was there a reason to do that? No, but it just looked like I should. Alright. Down we go.
Elevator's broken.
Or, okay, we'll just walk down then.
Gotta get down the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way, aka through this convenient set of objects we can land on. Okay, we got a few charged in here as well. Thankfully, she's not, like, kind of floaty enough that you'll accidentally fall off a ledge. You know, it's not one of those games where it's like, oh, you let go of the run button, and she took 2 seconds to actually stop moving. Because those are the ones where you always fall to your death in sections like these. It's got some pretty tight controls for a third-person shooter. I mean, that looks important from the way it's lit up. Boy, this is it's a real long elevator shaft that we're just hopping down. It's a good thing they built these catwalks that are seemingly inaccessible. Also, there's a ladder on the inside of the elevator shaft. I feel like we could have maybe just used that instead. And I think we're just gonna need to drop down here. Alright, I got another control point to secure. I mean, from the way they go, when you shoot them, kind of doesn't sound like they're corpses that are reanimated. There was another guy here. Oh, there he is. All right. Another control point secured. You know, I'm curious how the building shifts like that don't destroy things like, you know, power cables for the lights. You think those would get ripped out like every time it shifts. But maybe they just have a lot of extra cable between everything, just in case. Alright, so now we can take the elevator back up. Sorry, where's the bathroom? Oh, just elevator. I thought there was a bathroom sign. Alright. So, are we in the quarry? Is that the threshold right there? I thought there'd be a little more of a, like, noticeable shift. You know, like we'd have to step through a kind of wavy aperture. Wow, that went through like 3 objects before it even hit him. I mean, I can apparently do this all day, guys, if you're just gonna keep running straight at me. We cool? It's weird that this says Black Rock Quarry is up there when I'm pretty sure we're standing in it. This doesn't quite look like the alien dimension we were shown, though, so maybe we're underground. Even here, the quarry workers are floating. I mean, on the map, it looks like it is just a solid part. It's not its own, like, subsection of the world. Where does this lead? Apparently this leads to the furnace chamber. Do I want to go this way? I'm not sure I can go back through that hole I jumped through. Well, I mean, worst comes to worst, we can always teleport back. One ability point received. For what? Ugh. Where did that come from? I'm not sure where I've ended up. But I think these are the prophesied mold hosts that I can barely see. Oops. I used the wrong ability when I jumped down there. I used dash when I meant, or shield when I meant to use dash. So that seems to be a whole thing down there. I don't know if we'll ever get some kind of protection from the mold, or if it's just like, nope, you gotta take damage. Alright, well, I think we'll actually stop here for episode 7, because we have reached the Black Rock Quarry, which took a lot longer than I thought. I thought that would be this episode, that we would be in there. But instead, we've basically just made it here. So next time, we'll explore the Black Rock Quarry and maybe find out what that side area I just died in is about. But until then, take care, everyone.